Hey everybody, it's the 26th, it's 1:30. I've had time to think. I stand by what I said. I told my grandmother yesterday I'd sit down and explain everything to her. Today I prayed, I took the Bible with me and everything, like I was all ready to do it. I thought he would have her listen. I go to her bar, she's like, do you still want to talk? And I said, you know what, no. And I kept getting pushed. So I went in the bathroom, got on my knees and prayed, said, please let her hear me. Please give me the words that she will understand. Didn't work. I got her attention finally when I got so frustrated. I said, I swear on my father's grave. Oh my goodness. Now he's serious now. She'll believe that there's no saving her either, man. Her words are, everybody has their own God. That I shouldn't talk bad about the Pope. That the world's been ending since she was 2. That she's getting tired of people telling her that, oh, he's on Yahoo and Facebook saying this and this about his kid. And listen, I don't care. I will walk through that bar and let every person spit on me. It is what it is. And you have to understand, I didn't ask for this. I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm going to see heaven today. I saw a dump truck on a flatbed truck. And it almost made me cry because the joy it would have given my son to see that. Like, this isn't easy. This is not something that I'm taking lightly. It's not something that I haven't begged and pleaded and cried and everything over and over. I would like to say, well, I'm schizophrenic. I have a tumor. I can't. I just can't. This is what's happening. This is what happened to my son. And I stand by it. And I know people are going to say you've lost your mind, you're getting visions from demons. Listen, if you get a vision from the demon and you think it's God, you really need to evaluate your relationship with our Father, because there is no way that a demon, when I get my visions into streams, I could feel God. I don't know if it's like that for everybody else, but I feel Him in every single one, and there is no mistaking the presence of God. If a demon, a lowly demon, could mimic God, the whole world's doomed. We might as well just hang it up now. It's impossible. Satan himself would not be able to trick me into believing he's God. He cannot mimic God's love. I felt God's love. He pushed so much of it into me, I thought my head was going to pop. So there is no mistaking my Father. The Bible says that if it weren't for the shortening of the days, no, even the elect, I can't think that if he didn't do, I know this verse by heart, if it were not for even the elect would be deceived. So I understand that Satan's tricky, but not with me. I know people are going to say, oh, you're schizo, you did too many drugs, lay off the dope, it's attacks from demons, you're being duped. I'm going to use the authority that I've been given, finally. I have been called by God. Jesus Christ of Nazareth is my Father. Prophet, harbinger, watchman, apostle, disciple. I'm a son. That's all I see myself as. He is my Father, and I will die to defend him in his name and what his truth. I will walk willingly and stick my head in a guillotine before I deny what I've been shown. Please don't mistake this. I'm just using it to prove a point. I don't want anybody to think I'm boasting myself, or because I still don't even believe that I have the right to say his name. I don't deserve it. But he loves me. If you look through the Bible, look at the prophets, look at Paul. I had a dream. I met Paul of Sars. I stood right next to him. I had understanding without a doubt that he was right by me. The person who has the most books of the Bible is the closest that I could come to my description of heaven. He was on the road to Damascus, a light surrounded him, a voice from heaven. I didn't hear a voice. I was hit to my knees, walked over a little bit, and turned around, and it was like you would see in the movie Dogma. These little kids rip open reality with a hockey stick. That's what it was like. Like our reality just wasn't. And the light of heaven and that love that pushed out of it onto me is about as close as I could come is Paul. All the prophets, the ones who were sent to warn of the worst stuff, are always given an extra boost because of their duty. Someone told me once that, and I believe she's truly close to God, that God told her that my job is harder than most. And this is, I don't think it's going to get any harder. Like being martyred would be a step up from this. Because I have to live with this. I have to accept this every day now until this is over. And I still wonder, like I just talked to her, and I'm thinking, well, what if in 10 years I'm still going through this? And my son is 13 years old, and it turns out that I was wrong. My faith dictates that that's not possible, and that what I was shown is truth, and what I spoke was true. I'm worried that I'm going to sound like such a raving lunatic that all the other stuff is going to get pushed like, well, there's no way this dude saw heaven. He's out of his tree. My own grandmother cannot see it. And I tried. I started with Adam and Eve all the way up. She don't want to hear it. Like, she just don't. The Pope is the Pope, and this world is okay, and they need to be in daycare, and what do you mean they need to be in daycare? You didn't go to daycare. You're a business owner and own more properties than Trump. What do you mean? He has completely fooled 90% of the population. More than that, 99. This is going to be the hardest fight trying to show people this, because they can't see it. They can't wrap their mind around. That's not a reality. That can't happen. Bull. 100 years ago, they didn't think a nuclear bomb was a reality. Nobody's going to believe me. Nobody's going to understand. Maybe this is the way he wanted it. Maybe he wanted me totally alone, because the only person I have is him. I cannot go near my son. Because I refuse to deny what I saw. And now I had another son in 2011, or 2, he was born. I had a child, Joel Thomas. And I saw heaven in 2003, found out his mother was still doing drugs, broke up with her, everything was fine. My life was good. I've never been that happy in my life. I finally understood what other people felt once in a while. I went to drop him off one day. By the way, he's not even yours. So this is the second son I basically buried. And I could never figure out why he did that. Why, after showing me heaven, why he would take my son. Because that's what it was. One day, I dropped him off, and 30 seconds later, he was no longer my child. And it's been proven, there's been blood tests, he has a father. I think They say, I don't know. And that was why, because he knew one day that this would happen again. And that's basically what happened. I have more understanding for that dream. The part about the porn on the phone, I had a problem with porn. That's what that represented. That it was going to become a big problem. That's why the phone got bigger. He alleviated it. I don't even check my emails anymore, because it's all that's in there. It's just porn. And I try to unsubscribe, and I don't even risk it. He alleviated that because it was pulling me away from him. But I have to be honest, like, that's what that represented. I'm not going to lie. It's embarrassing, but it's what it is. I'm going to post a video about the dream and then this. I'm sorry if anybody has lost faith in what I've said. I hope just one person understands, because my son suffered horribly for this. And I am suffering horribly for this. But in the end, it's what he wants. And I know people are going to say, oh, God doesn't do that, God. If you still believe that, then you truly don't know our Father. He does stuff for a purpose. It all serves a higher purpose, and I accept it. This is my faith. I love you guys. God bless.